The last time AD had a counting stats game like this, I think you rightly corrected me in not overlooking it, saying it's normal. I guess the fifth 40-20 game of his career. What did you see from him tonight?
Just locked in, dominant from start to finish. Obviously, the first quarter, double-double in the first quarter. He carried us tonight on our first game on the East Coast, and listen, everything. He had it all going.
About halfway through the fourth quarter, Vando jumped the passing lane, got a steal, got a dunk, and it's like you and AD both went up to him. You've been missing that kind of thing from him. What have you made from his 2 games, and how much is that going to help you guys?
Obviously, it's going to be a process of him getting back, getting his legs back, getting his wind back. But it's just the things that he do for our ball club. We missed obviously the extra possessions he get, his defensive obviously intensity, and then being able to jump past lanes. He has a knack for that. So that was a big time steal right there. Made them call a timeout.
You guys dominated early. Things kind of went in another direction. And starting with the second quarter, just what did you see out there from Charlotte, from you guys, that led to that?
I mean, listen, we didn't come here to try to blow nobody out. We came here to win the game, and we played hard, from start to finish. They made a lot of threes, but we did what we had to do to close out the game. So, I feel like we got better tonight.
Lebron, they made that run in the third quarter to close the gap. What was when JJ called the timeout? What was setting that timeout to get the momentum going back in the right direction?
No, just calm down. Let's execute offensively. Let's buckle down a little bit more defensively and finish the quarter out.
When shot making isn't there for you guys, I mean, 3-point shot tonight really wasn't there for anybody. What did you like best about the other ways you guys found to score?
We're still aggressive. We're still aggressive with our shooting, and obviously the bulk of it came from me and AR not being able to connect from the outside. But we had some timely makes. We had some timely shots. We continued to defend, even though they did a good job of attacking us at some points. But when you get those timely stops and those timely scores, it definitely helps.
LeBron.
From a composure standpoint, I mean, a lot of times a 23-point lead goes all the way down to the rope is let go at that point. How did you guys manage to hang in there?
Because we've been composed in a lot of games this year. We've had leads, we've been down, we've been able to come back. But we've stayed even keel. Throughout a lot of the games that we've been in, close games. So tonight was another one of those instances.
This is a tricky back-to-back just in terms of how little literal time there is in terms of recovery. I know there aren't any cheat codes to it, so how do you do that? How do you handle that physically, mentally?
Rest. Try to get as much rest as you can. Obviously, it's going to be a tough one for us, but get as much rest as you can and get ready to go tomorrow.
You're heading to the East Coast, playing Philly, you're in New York. Locally in the New York metropolitan area, Dylan Harper is making waves. What's this guy report on? I mean, obviously, I've been watching him for quite a while. He called me Unc, and I call him nephew. And I love what he's been doing at Rutgers, but I've been watching him for a long time now. And special kid, special talent. He's going to be really good in this league. Comes from a great family, obviously. Me and Harp, his pops, go back a while back. So I'm excited for what he's been doing right now at Rutgers and what he's going to continue to do in his future.
Last 2.
How are you feeling for tomorrow?
Let me get through the day first.
Last question.
They were talking about trying to stifle the AD dribble jab, and you can see in the first quarter he was getting to that a lot, and he was liking that favorable matchup against Mark Williams. What did you see from AD this game?
No, it's not about AD versus Mark Williams. It's about us, the Lakers versus the Hornets, and it's our job to get our best player the ball in the positions where he's successful. And we took advantage of that tonight. He had it going early, and when you got your guy going early, you continue to get him the ball. So that's all it's about.
Since Dorian just left the room, Austin, I'll first get your thoughts on that dunk and just kind of as if it's emblematic of what he's brought to the team in any way since he joined.
Yeah, it was incredible. I don't even know if I really had an expression when he did it. It was that good. Like I said, I wish I could do something like that. But it was a big play and a big moment in the game. We needed it. Gave us a little, jolt of energy in that moment. But like I said, that's a big time player making a big time play.
You've never been shy about sharing kind of what AD does and how much it's impressed you, and you've talked about how people may not realize, but to see the full set of skills, right? All the different ways that he scored, all the different ways that he finds to get on the glass, et cetera. But to do it in 40-20 style, how would you summarize that?
That might have been. I mean, that's an impressive game. Let me start off by saying that, but that might be the most impressive quarter of basketball I've ever seen an individual play. I feel like we almost could have went and sat down and watched him do what he does. And, you know, Miles Bridges on the court was talking about them needing to try to guard him some other way, and I kind of just told him that there's no really good way to guard AD. He's so versatile, and the skill is through the roof. Makes tough shots, gets to the rim, gets fouled. It's a tough thing to do. And then him rebounding the ball is just showing his dominance, his force, and ultimately, how great he is.
You guys led by as many as 23. They cut it down to 2 or 3 late. JJ mentioned that tonight wasn't so much an effort ordeal, just mental errors, brain fog. How encouraged were you that the effort was still there, despite, sometimes in those situations, it's hard to, once you kind of let go of the rope, it just completely gets let go of?
Yeah, I don't feel like we ever let go of the rope, regardless of, what the, score showed throughout the process of the game. I felt like we continued to play hard. Like you said, we made some mental mistakes. We didn't shoot the ball well from 3. We got a lot of good looks. JJ asked me after the game if I could make an open 3, and Brian was like, I couldn't today either. So, yes, it's like Doe said, while I was sitting in here, it's always good to get a win in this league, regardless of, what it looks like. You can always be better, and I'm sure we'll watch film tomorrow morning and correct those things and try to get a win tomorrow night.
Did you feel like it was just the missed open shots and like the second quarter and the third quarter, or did you feel like the turnovers took you guys out more of what you were trying to do?
Yeah, I think it's more so the turnovers than the missed shots. You can live with, taking good shots and missing them, but can't really live with live ball turnovers that lead to layups for them. And we had, a couple of those, but missing the shots don't help.
Yeah, I know it's not about the counting stats to you, but 40-20 doesn't happen often. It's the 5th time in your career if you don't count the play-in game, the NBA Cup final officially. What was going on tonight where you were able to kind of find that level of production at the rim and overall?
Shot was just feeling good. Teammates did a good job setting me up, especially Austin. In the pocket, the jumper, getting to the line. So, all facets of the game was working. Missed 2 threes, but, just the entire team, not just me. I think the way we've been playing, moving the basketball, and playing for each other, not caring who scored, as long as we score. I think it's just been able to, open up for me. So.
Yeah, I know, Rui's been out these last 2, but with Vanderbilt into the action, Dorian getting a little more comfortable. Are you feeling some of that kind of the athleticism, the length, and some of that just additional help? It's also with Jackson playing more in those 2 big lineups.
Yeah, our defense, is a lot different, when Vando's in the lineup, and, you get Doe, who's, still on a minute restriction, but, finding his way. Jackson, when we go to the 2 big lineups, so, it allows us to, do a lot of things, schematically, defensively to disrupt teams.
And then when Vando's, his ball pressure like we've seen today, passing lanes, and the way he affects the game defensively, is something that we've missed.
You guys didn't shoot the ball really well from the perimeter tonight, but you guys were pretty aggressive to the rim. Bunch of dunks. Dorian had a big one late. What did you like about the attack mentality tonight?
Yeah, I mean, when the shot's not falling, I think we got some good looks. They just didn't fall, but when the shot's not falling, we got to attack the basket. And that's what we're doing. We're getting offensive rebounds. Guys were, dropping and kicking, then re-dropping again and getting to the basket. So, we're not going to, just continue to shoot, shots even though we're missing them. Our mindset changed where we just attack the basket, and it kind of just changed the game for us.
What'd you think of Dorian's dunk?
It's phenomenal. That's going on the gram tonight for sure. Yeah.
Mark Williams had a good run of games. What did you see tonight from him that made you want to attack him? What was he doing that made you feel comfortable attacking him tonight?
It wasn't just him. It was just me playing basketball. I mean, he's a good young player. I mean, he's going, can't remember the stats, but, like 21 and 12 or 11, something like that over the last 5 games or something like that. He's been playing extremely well. Offensive rebounding, block shots, everything. So it wasn't a one-on-one thing or nothing like that. I'm just trying to do what I can do to help the team win. That was it.
Anthony, that's the second time players had a 20-10 in the first quarter since 1996. What did you see at the beginning of the game that maybe you were able to carry on for the rest?
I was just being aggressive. So I felt good, early on, and the shots was falling. That was it. Just wanted to keep it going, not let it just be a one-quarter thing. Obviously the team needed me to continue to play well, and didn't want to relax. So just trying to do everything I could to help the team.
How do you handle things treatment-wise on a back-to-back like this after you play a lot of minutes and it's a long flight? How do you get? Can you do anything on the plane? Like when you get in, how do you do it?
Yeah, when right now obviously playing. When we get in, obviously it's gonna be a little later, but when we get in, probably just have a meeting in the morning and get ready for tomorrow. But it's waves, and I've been doing this a while now, so I've got my little routine, for back-to-backs. But it's definitely important to get your rest, get some good nutrition, and then get ready to line it back up tomorrow.
Last question.
What's it like when you get in the zone, obviously early on in the game, and just having to stay consistent all the way through to finish through? Obviously, the Hornets made a little run at the end. Just how was it like to just stay there and actually push for the win at the end?
Well, you kind of have to, especially when another team is making a run. It's actually easier to stay in the zone, when teams are making a run, they cut the lead, and now it's a close game. Then, game being out of control, and then you start doing things that you normally wouldn't do. So it's actually a lot easier to stay in the zone, and they made it. They made a run. They're home. We're on the road. We're expecting them to make a run, and guys are making shots and making plays. Miles Bridges and Josh Okogie, Josh Green, all those guys. So they played well. Cut the lead. Had a chance to win. But I think us as a group stayed composed. Was able to secure the victory.
Thanks, AD.
What did you make of AD's night?
He put in two days of work tonight. 21 and 11 in the first quarter, I think it was, and 21 and 12 the rest of the way. Just carried us all night. Felt like, we moved him around. He played with force. I thought his hands and touch and just the pursuit of the basketball on the offensive glass, all that stuff was just awesome tonight.
You had to use a bunch of groups that you haven't used, just with guys out and Vanderbilt back. What's the difficulty of kind of having those guys find a rhythm and short notice?
Be honest with you. I said this to Bob when I was walking off the court. We played hard for 4 quarters. Now, it was not pretty, but we played hard for 4 quarters. I think for me, we made a lot of mental errors tonight. And look, I don't know if that's coming off Saturday and the long flight yesterday and getting acclimated to East Coast time, but it felt a little bit of brain fog, less so than just like guys not playing hard. Guys played hard tonight, and guys were connected tonight. We just had a lot of mental errors. We had 3 timeouts in the first half that we didn't run the correct play. You know, the Doe's pass with the clock running, we don't need to like get it out quickly after a made basket with 3 minutes to go and a lead. Like just stuff like that, you know. There's a lot of mental errors more so than just, you know, effort and talk and all that stuff. Our guys were great with that tonight.
You've mentioned before that you feel like AD is at its most dynamic when you guys are getting him on the move, getting positions where you can score off the move. How have you felt you guys have done that over, not just tonight, obviously, the big performance, but over the course of maybe like the past week or so?
Yeah, we've been good with it. You know, AD on the move in the pocket is really good. And, you know, Golden State gave us a huge pocket. Mark Williams started the game in a deep drop. But, it, you know, more so than just what we were running, it was how he was playing and getting down the court early, creating mismatches. When they did read the LeBron AD pick and roll, you know, it wasn't just, all right, I'm going to go down and LeBron's going to ISO and then I'm going to get that back on defense. It was, oh, I have a mismatch. I can be on the offensive glass. And so I think just the force that he played with all night was fantastic.
JJ, what did you make of kind of the pace at which you guys played with in the third and fourth quarters, and how do you balance sort of like LeBron's ability to draw like these incredible mismatches versus kind of the way the ball popped early?
Yeah, I mean, that's typical of our team in the third quarter, so it's not. And then fourth quarter, we're an execution team. You know, I think missing Gabe tonight hurt. Just, you know, having a little bit more of a ball handler, mover type guy, you know, and that allows us to then move AR off the ball for some movement. We didn't, you know, I drew it up twice. Vando messed it up the first time, but we got to the ATO. We wanted to, and AR off ball, and he hit a floater there in the fourth quarter. So like, you know, there's just like a compounding effect to guys being out and guys not having played a ton of minutes together.
JJ, what did you make of Vando's second game and how he continues to progress and just acclimate?
He plays hard. He's a banshee. So excited to have him continue to build up his conditioning and tolerance level for minutes. And you know, he was a spark tonight. You know, the play where he got the steal, I believe it was 94-88. I had called the timeout after Okogie had gotten the and one, I think, to get it to 88, and it was a 91-88 game. And then we scored, but then we were having a lot of trouble scoring, and our defense was really good in that stretch. We got, I think it was 3 or 4 at least stops in a row, and then Vando gets that steal to put us up 8, and it was kind of like, oh, you know, that was huge. And, you know, the offensive rebounds, creating second opportunities, getting fouled when he was crashing the glass. So he just does all the things we want him to do, and he was high level tonight.
Oh my God, I love your outfit. Where did you get that shirt? It's from Lakers Land. They have a merch site with a bunch of stuff. You should really check it out. They always got something going on, not just basketball, but fashion too. Like, look at this shirt. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna cop more from Lakers Land.